Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Friday Namaste session. I am so grateful, as always, to be here. I'm so happy that Vicky is back with us. She's been gone for a couple of days, and today we are going to soar. I don't know what that means exactly, but I feel like it's true. I feel like today is a day for soaring. I woke up this morning and my little hut, which has not leaked in a couple of weeks, did leak last night, and that's okay. Waking up to just a little bit of water on the floor is no real big deal. And I sopped it up and I'm ready to go. In fact, I want to do something that I've never done before. It just kind of hit me a couple of minutes ago. I'm going to share one of the impersonal light sessions that I'll also be sharing this weekend at the summit. We'll be talking about this at the Pure Presence Summit. But instead of sitting down and trying to write a song, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take what's on the page or what's on the screen from the lesson, and I'm just going to sing it. I'm going to sing the lesson, at least part of it. And because, as we know, when we hear music, when we sing, it slides into that back door where it bypasses all of those intellectual filters and enters the heart complete, instead of the front door where it has to go through all those filters. So I just had this inspiration. I don't know how it's going to go or how it's going to work, but I'm sure it'll be divine no matter what. So let's just take a deep breath. And allow grace and that I am presence, which we are right now, to enter as if stepping through a door, welcoming in us home. I am preparing you for a dawn of a new consciousness, a new consciousness, a light that will illumine the deepest recesses of your mind and drive away the clouds of misperceptions, as well as all the ideas that darken your mind. If you continue to listen instead of running in fear, you will comprehend what is so dear, which is everything. For I am you, your real and true self. Yes, I am you, your real and true self. Everything you believe yourself to be is only an illusion, a mere shadow of who you really are. There is no confusion in love, no confusion in who I really am. For I am you, your real and true holy self. For I am in you now. am you, your real and true self. And you will find me in the love that you share. Such a simple message. And now that you've heard that message, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. You've heard them before. And if you don't remember, the answer is going to be both questions, ready and awake. Okay? So here we go. How is everybody? In fact, everybody unmute yourself so we can hear each other. Everybody just go ahead and unmute yourself just for a moment. Because I want to hear this. I want to feel the impact of your yes. Are you ready? Okay.
Ready.
How is everybody?
Ready.
Ready and awake.
Ready and awake. And
Ready.
how feels everybody?
Ready
and
awake.
Ready? Oh my, I felt that. I felt that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'll mute you again. You guys don't need to do anything. What a great way to begin. Feeling the impact of that yes. Feeling the readiness of that single holy extension of the mind of God, which is what you are. That is a powerful, powerful impact. It's the only true impact in the universe, actually, because it's the only thing that's real. Your full-on commitment to the truth of who you are right now, extending only that love in that light. And if we can just focus on that every moment, knowing that I am the extension of the light and the love of all, the love and the loveliness of God right here and right now. And I will know that only by sharing it, only by giving it away, only by seeing it, because this is how God knows itself. By sharing, by seeing, by blessing all that is. Because what else would all that is do? What else would all that is, otherwise known as God, do but bless and shine upon all that is? Do you see how it is a whole living expression of grace? All that is can only know what all that it is by sharing with all that is. And that's what we're called to do every moment, right now. Only that. And so we begin. So that beginning of the lesson today, I just allowed to just come into musical form, but we can hear it in any form. We especially hear and feel it to the form that's right in front of us. It may not be a true or lasting form, but whoever is standing right in front of us. And right now we've got 50 or 60 people standing right in front of us, feeling the impact of this grace. So as you continue to feel that, as you continue to welcome that, I just want you to listen and to feel and to just really allow these words, this blessing, to take hold. This is what you just heard. I am preparing you for the dawn of a new consciousness, a light that will illumine the deepest recesses of your mind, a light that will illumine the deepest recesses of your mind and drive away all the clouds of human misperceptions, as well as all the ideas and opinions that darken your intellect. If you continue to listen instead of running in fear, you'll comprehend everything. And I literally mean everything. I am you, your true, your real self. That which you think you are not. That which you think you are, that which you think you are in your intellect, you are not. This is only a shadow of the real you, who you really are. That which you call your consciousness is really my consciousness, thinned down to suit your human mind. The consciousness of I am, the I am presence, literally thinned down to suit your mind or your intellect. You will recognize me, your I am consciousness, when you empty yourself. This is what takes us back to yesterday's lesson. Do only this. Once again, you'll recognize me when you empty yourself. Come with wholly empty hands Empty yourself of all the ideas and the concepts that have kept you from perceiving me, not me as a person, not me as an intellect, but the I am which we share. You will see me when you finally surrender and stop asserting your identity or that which you are not. That is a very, very, very big sentence. Let me read it one more time. You will see me, or you will know that I am consciousness, who you really are, when you finally surrender and stop asserting your identity, that which you are not. I am preparing your mind for this right now, right now. Can you feel me beginning to convince you of this truth? Can you feel this truth beginning to overwhelm you? Can you sense the lightness of this truth as it lifts you above this earth? Because that's what it's doing. Every day we come together, we share here because this truth is lifting us. We feel lighter. This blessing begins to fill us more and more until there's nothing left of who I thought I was. And the only thing that's finally revealed is who I am and have always been. And that presence lifts me as opposed to the consciousness that I've claimed right now, which weighs me down, which pulls me down. That's the gravitational pull of the ego that we've talked about before. The gravitational pull of the ego is like a weight that pulls us down instead of lifting us. But when you finally have that experience of being lifted, is there anything else that you could desire other than that? Anything else you could want? I don't think so. Because you know, as you're lifted above even the identity that you've claimed, that you know who you are, that you're all of that. And that's the experience we're choosing. This is not an intellectual endeavor. I'm probably not going to have any idea what I just said. And someone's going to come up to you later and say, well, what was the session about today? I'll say, I have no idea. But it lifted me. I felt something fall off of me, a weight just kind of clunked to the ground, and I felt myself being lifted. That's all I know, and that's all you need to know. The details, the intellectual ideas that we're sharing, they're nothing. They're nothing except the linchpin that is removed and finally allowing us to fly. Finally allowing us to lift above all of these misperceptions. It's happening right now. It's happening right now. All you need to do is to say yes and to allow. So take a deep breath and say with me, I allow. I allow. Once again, I allow. I allow. I allow this light to lift me. I allow this light to lift me. I allow this light to shine within me. I allow this light to shine within me. I am that light. I am that light. And so it is. That's all you need, nothing more. So, my dear Vicky, I'm so happy to have you back. I can see
Thank
Teddy
you.
sitting next to you.
Yeah, right there.
Good to see you, brother. So happy you're doing better.
Me too.
Yeah.
Vicky, what do you want to share? I'd love to hear from both you and Teddy.
Thank you. Well, first I want to thank you all for all your prayers for Teddy and for myself. Thank you, everyone. It's a way of giving and sharing, and it's felt. So I appreciate it wholly, because it's really the only gift we give one another, to recognize the Christ that we are in one another and hold that as our only identity. So thank you. But what came to me, Jimmy, as we just finished that last piece, was not only am I this, I welcome it, really welcome it. It's as if we're being truly catapulted into a present moment. And then that present moment might have those dark recesses with clouds that need to be dispelled. So the focus that I keep is that there are no accidents in any of our days, even if it looks like we're in a very ordinary, mundane day. There are no accidents. We are so specifically being prepared to stand in this light, in this circle of light, and to lift the sonship's consciousness into only Christ identity, holiness, oneness. That's our function. And to lift it in joy. That piece of joy is so important because it's like the compass. That joy, if we stay in it, we cannot miss who we are. And then who we are shines through those clouds. Then the clouds seem to dissolve. Just in this last experience, whatever seemed to be in little mundane things, like the nurses take forever to get there, and Teddy started to grumble. And then he said, oh no, because we had agreed upon, we're going to, abide, bless, and be grateful. So Teddy, who is very good at sometimes mentioning some shortcomings, started to say, where are they, da, da, da. And he said, oh, and he stopped, and I can tell you, I witnessed this myself in his tracks and said, oh no, I'm grateful for these nurses. I'm grateful because there's no accident when they come. If they keep us waiting, because that's the preparation we need. So goes back to purpose again. When our day serves the purpose of our living fully in joy in Christ's light, that's the purpose. And it's only presently right now. There's no yesterday to it and there's no tomorrow to it. Only right now. All those burdens of yesterday and tomorrow are gone. And only we are being invited to welcome in a present moment of joy, no matter what it looks like. And it's okay when you're shaking your boots. I was shaking in my boots in that ambulance. And Teddy certainly was shaking. But it's okay to shake, but shake with our eyes single on the light. Okay, this is what the preparation looks like. I'm all in. That's it. Teddy?
Well, Jimmy, when you were talking with in the idea of I allow, there is the necessity for the recognition of us being created by a creator who has given us all power. And the idea, the restoration of the power, the recognition of the restoration of the power of our minds to be that comes when in the acceptance of all things as being decisions we have made, good, better, and different, so that we can start to get a handle on what we would like to allow rather than what we've been mindlessly allowing to occur because we had no recognition of the power of our own minds. And so the necessity for even what we think is negative stuff to be recognized as being a product of our own thinking is a necessity so we can understand that we don't have to think that way. There's another way of thinking that doesn't include, the duality of I allow this, but I don't allow that.
Right.
It's the singular recognition of who we are and the ability to create as we were created to create. But that requires both sides of it when we're in a dualistic situation so that we're not trying to avoid anything. We're just in the condition of acceptance of all things exactly as they are and the recognition that nothing happens to us but by our choice, but by our thinking. In that, the totality of the power of our mind is restored. And now here in time, where there seems to be dualistic choices, we can begin to make the choice the right way, not through avoidance, but through acceptance and the willingness to learn. We don't have to do that. There's another way of thinking. There's another way of being here. And it's simple, but what you were saying, the recognition of the negativity or what we think is not correct or shouldn't be happening, the recognition of that as being allowed by us as well is a bigger necessity than just recognizing, oh, I just want the good stuff. Because then we can make an informed decision based on who we are and how our minds actually work as we've been created to create.
That which you reject is made totally real. So you can't just choose, oh, I only want the good stuff now. Guess what?
Right.
You may be pushing away the so-called bad stuff, but by pushing it away, you're giving it power. You're
Yep.
making it real as opposed to saying, I don't care what it is, I accept it all. I
You're
allow
giving it
all of
power
it.
rather than taking back the power. That's the whole thing. You're giving it power over you rather than saying you have the power over it, because it's part of the way you're thinking. And you're thinking, your mind is whole, your mind is perfect. It includes all things here.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Teddy. Yeah, that's great. So important. And I saw Christina is here as well. Christina, would you like to share anything?
Morning.
Morning. You look so
Uh,
cozy on your couch every day. Beautiful little.
well, it's only 7 something here, you know. It's early. Come with holy empty hands. Really come with holy empty minds.
Mhm.
Not that we empty our mind, but that we allow the letting go of what's not.
Mhm.
I love how Teddy shared the importance of the moment to moment choice. That is why now is so important, because if we're not meeting every moment present and every moment in the recognition of God, we do not have a God experience. We have our human mind experience. And the lifting higher reminded me of something I shared with a friend the other day, and I'd like to read it because it's very powerful in how we do lift ourselves higher by that moment to moment choice of recognizing truth, recognizing what's real. And this, I feel, just explains so beautifully the thoughts and the illusion that we carry through identification with the mind. And when I say I am present, or I am God, or I am this holy moment, or I am allowing, it's important to recognize the I within me, the true self, that I experience when that click happens, when I am fully present. That is the I that is governed, maintained, and sustained as God. If I am not consciously aware or in recognition of it, it is not going before me to make the crooked places straight. It's not having the angels show up for me in the hospital. I have cut myself off from the peace and the harmony of the grace that is always here. I have to be in recognition of the true essence, that current that is the truth of all of us. If I'm saying I am allowing and I'm still identifying myself as Christina, as this form, I'm not connected consciously. I haven't experienced that click. Here I am, that the true self within me.
Mhm.
So I think it's important to just recognize when I say I'm speaking of God as self, the current within. I'm speaking of all that is. And once we experience that I within us, it's obvious the difference of whether I'm consciously connected or not. So I'll just read this for you. The crow is the only bird bold enough to sit on an eagle's back. He sits on his back and bites his neck as he's flying. However, the eagle neither responds nor fights with the crow. It doesn't waste time or energy on the crow. It simply opens its wings and begins to rise higher in the heavens. The higher the flight, the harder it is for the crow to breathe, and then the crow falls due to lack of oxygen. Stop wasting time with the crows, those incessant thoughts. You can take them to your heights and they will just fade. The enemy will sit behind your back and bite or peck at your neck. But they shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. And they shall walk and not faint. Isaiah 40:31. In a world of crows, be an eagle.
Whoa, that is awesome. Where did that come from?
I just found it somewhere along the way. I don't even remember, and I only took a screenshot of it, so I don't even have like the first sentence of it, but I remembered it.
Wow, that is beautiful. What a beautiful lesson, and so in tune with everything that is being shared today. Don't worry about the damn crow, just keep going higher.
Yes.
Don't worry about those thoughts or the ego. How am I going to get rid of the ego? You don't have to get rid of the ego. Just soar higher.
I take care of all the chickens and I want to
Oh, someone got unmuted. Well, maybe that's our sign. Thank you, Christina. That was beautiful. Thank you, Teddy. Thank you, Vicky. Why don't we go ahead and open it up and see if there's anybody else here in the Zoom room that would like to share something? Just go ahead and raise your hand and I'm going to look, or if you don't have your camera on, just unmute yourself. Anyone want to share anything? You know, as you know, I like to just kind of feel the sparkle sometimes, and I can look at the icons or the pictures, and I can, oh, there's some sparkle going on there. And the other day, Jamie Lee, you shared something that it really moved me, and I'm feeling some sparkle coming out of your little picture there. So if you want to share anything today?
Good morning, everybody. I don't have anything to share. I'm just flying with that eagle right now, enjoying any crows I thought might have been there falling off. Christina, that's really wonderful. I guess what I want to share is my desire that maybe we can end this session when that sad time comes, that maybe Christina could read that one more time.
I love it. That's
Because I think some of us were probably wondering, oh, wow, I'd sure like to have that screenshot, but some of us that have a way to record on our computers, like GarageBand and things like that, maybe we could, quickly open things up and we could record that, because that is so beautiful to share with everybody right now. The simplest of a person who really likes being attached to their mind will unhook from their mind for just a moment, just even hearing that little story. Yeah. I think it's a beautiful reminder of how nature shows us what the truth of how the laws are set up to support us. So that's all I'm pondering. I don't have anything new to contribute. I just want to stay right with that eagle.
That's a great idea. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll end the session with her, and I've got the recording still going. So, of course, if you want to hear it again, you just need to go to YouTube, and you'll find it there. Just search under Namaste Lake Chapala morning session. Use this date if you want, and it'll be there. So yeah.
Okay, for some reason I thought when those were on YouTube they ended after your talk. I didn't realize the Zoom for everybody was still there. But
they often do, but I'm the one controlling that. So
oh, you get control. Okay.
I am in control, but it's still going, so we're gonna keep the recording going.
All right, thanks everybody. Teddy, looking good, buddy.
Let's go to Namaste. Anybody there want to share anything? Up in the little room again, staying away from the skeeters. All right, hi everybody, good to see you. Good morning.
I'm sure here. Hi everyone. Such a rich session. Thank you all. So beautiful. I do feel like an eagle right now. And something that came to mind that I would like to share. Jimmy was talking about allowing, and that word means so much to me that at some point I had it tattooed right here in my arm. And I remember that before doing that, I was really hesitant because right after getting this tattoo, I was going to visit with my family. And you guys know how, like if you're feeling super holy, you just go see your parents for 2 days and that's about it. So I did it anyways because I was feeling strongly to do so. I needed the reminder, especially because I was going. So once I'm there, my aunt asks me, "So you got a tattoo?" You see, I was hesitant because I was afraid that they might judge me because I used them my whole life to judge myself so much. So there I was, and the question was asked, and I was like, "Ooh, here we go." So she asks me, "So what does that mean?" Because it's in English, you know, they don't speak English. And I was like trying to explain, and I translated the word, and she was like, "That doesn't say anything to me. Why would you put something like that on your arm where you can see it?" And I said, "Well, as a reminder. So what is it that you want to allow?" And I said, "Oof, everything." "Wow, no. You should be more specific. You should only allow love and light." And she said something else like, something else that was beautiful, you know? And I said, "Well, that's the trick, that's the thing. If I only want to allow that, I'm missing the point because chances are there will be also darkness and lack and this and that. And then I'm going to be miserable because I'm not getting these things that I want to allow. What I want to allow is everything and to be there, letting things be exactly as they are, as Teddy was saying, which that's a phrase that I really like. And then in the midst of that, just to be okay with it, no matter what. That's what I want. That's the deeper desire that took me to get this tattoo. And then she was like blank, like, "Oh my God." And my cousins were saying, "But you know, that doesn't make any sense. And who are you? I mean, are you even the same person? We don't recognize you anymore." And inside of me, I thought, great.
Yeah.
Great, because what Jimmy has been saying, like, I just want the idea of me to be washed out. I don't even remember how you say it, but you get the idea. That the idea of me is just being undone to the point that my own family don't even recognize me. And that's not a sad thing for me. That's a yay. Very joyous, like, all right, right on. So that was like brought to mind through this talk. So thank you all.
Remove from me the idea of me. That's the key phrase. And I think everything we've shared here today just is illumined by what Teddy said, which is just allow everything. You know, that's what your parents and your family didn't recognize. Why would you allow everything? That makes no sense. That's right. That makes no sense at all from the limited mind, split mind perspective. It makes no sense. But as we know, what makes no sense to God makes total sense. Wait, what? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to make sense because it makes total sense to the truth. It is the truth. Allow everything. Resist nothing. Resist not evil. What's that great line in the Course? It's not coming to me right now, but there's something like that speaks right to that in the Course as well. But I think you understand that if that which we push away from us and choose not has chosen us, but if we choose everything and we allow everything, guess what you get? everything. It's so simple. So I think this is a good time for us to go ahead and, oh, did someone else want to share something? Yeah,
One more.
go right ahead, brother.
Christina's ego share reminds me a couple months ago, Christina, when you shared about the condor that flies 100 miles.
That's right.
In the same book, huh?
Christina always has good bird stories. Yeah, that condor one kind of spun through through our circle for about a week, and now I think this one's going to do the same thing. So, Christina, why don't you go ahead and please share that one more time with us?
I also just want to share the quote. I've shared it before on this call, Krishnamurti. The only difference between myself, when somebody asked him, what's the difference between me and you? The only difference between me and you is that I am not bothered by what is happening. I accept everything as it is now, as the eagle is not bothered by the crow. The crow is the only bird bold enough to sit on the back of an eagle. He sits on his back and bites his neck. However, the eagle neither responds nor fights with the crow. It does not waste time or energy on the crow. It simply opens its wings and begins to rise higher in the heavens. The higher the flight, the harder it is for the crow to breathe, and then the crow falls due to lack of oxygen. Stop wasting time with the crows. You can take them to your heights and they simply just fade. The enemy will sit on your back, those incessant thoughts, and bite or peck at your neck. But they shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Isaiah 40:31. In a world of crows, be an eagle.
Wow. What a perfect way for us to end our week together, to rise. Everything we've been sharing is about rising, letting the current. What does an eagle do, or a condor? They allow the current to take them. And when you do that, there is no effort. There's no flapping of wings. There are no thoughts. There are no ideas. There is only the current lifting us higher and higher, where no crows can get to us. So thank you, Christina. That was beautiful and perfect. And Teddy, we're so happy to see you. Vicky, everyone, all of you down on the other side of the wall of where I am here at Namaste. I love you all. Have a beautiful weekend. I hope to see you on Sunday. And we're just going to close right there. I think we don't need to add anything more to that beautiful story but that beautiful story. So, namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Namaste.